Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to inform you that the dark days are upon us. Valentine's Day is approaching, and I'm sure a lot of you single people out there are wondering, what am I going to do for fun? Well, I'm here to help. As a person who has been perpetually single my entire life, I've come to the realization that a lot of the fun activities you can do with a group of people or one other person can be equally as fun, if not better, when done by yourself. I love to listen to music, play video games, and watch movies. And I'm going to show you that doing those things the single way is the better way. So, starting off with music, I've always loved listening to it. I don't really know who doesn't. But there are a few things that come up because listening to music shouldn't be a shared experience, in my opinion. A main problem is, sorry, volume control. Like, for one thing, people love music loud and people love music quiet, and that doesn't always mesh well. I can't count how many times a person gave me an earbud and said, "Listen to this," and I hold it up to my ear, and it has to be like this far away because it's just so loud and I can't take it. And it works the same way for genres of music too, like different tastes. Do you think a person who loves country music is going to want to go out with a person who loves hardcore gangster rap music? I mean, it could happen, but when they're listening to music on the way, like in the car or something, there's probably going to be some issues. And then lastly, there's guilty pleasure songs. We all have those songs or those albums that we just love but are so embarrassed by the fact that we love them that we don't want anyone else to know. Some days I just want to pop in my Nicki Minaj CD, spit some fire rhymes, and just know that I can do that in a safe and judgment free zone. And sometimes that can only be achieved when I'm by myself. And then on to video games, which is also something that I've loved my whole life. I've played my Game Boy since I was like a little kid, and I've got my Xbox now. It's had a huge presence basically. And growing up as an only child, I've realized that I'm much better being a single player. For one thing, if your boyfriend or girlfriend is really, really bad at video games, that's just it's gonna ruin the whole experience, like playing with your parents, basically. I think if anyone has played Wii Sports with their parents, they know this struggle. And it can work the same way if your boyfriend or girlfriend is way better than you to the point where you get frustrated. Like, I'm an absolute sore loser, so that wouldn't work at all. And then we all know what happens when we get mad and play games. We rage hard. We get all those emotions pent up, and sometimes they come out. And when your loved one sees that, they're going to be like, "Whoa, red flag. Do I really know who I'm dating right now?" And it can work the other way too. Like, you can see someone freak out and be like, "Whoa, why did I pick them?" You know, things can come up basically. And then finally, when it comes to movies, that's one thing that I've loved my whole life as well. I go to see movies all the time. I watch Netflix like every night. It's sort of an obsession, but I'm okay with it. And like music and video games, I've realized that I enjoy it by myself too. For one thing, you could be watching a movie with someone that you care for, and they're not fun to watch movies with. Like, they talk during the movie, they don't get it, they're constantly asking questions, they're on their phone the whole time, they just ruin the whole experience. And for me, for a person who pays attention to everything, that can just ruin the whole thing. And sometimes people really don't like going to see movies by themselves at the theater. I say that's a declaration of independence. Going to see a movie by yourself at the theater means that you are a strong woman who don't need no man, and vice versa. And then finally, when you're watching a movie with someone else, things can get really awkward depending on what you're watching. Like, all those couples who are going to see 50 Shades of Grey this weekend, are you okay? Like, do you know what you're getting yourselves into? Like, you are. And it works for scary movies or disturbing, weird movies. It works for all those kinds. And when you're watching something like that with another person, you're just thinking, like, ooh, like, are we going to be the same people after this? Like, what are we going to talk about? I don't even know. And so basically, there's a lot of things that I love in this world, but music, video games, and movies are the top ones. And to me, they're best done by yourself. And to all you single people on Valentine's Day, do your thing. Try it. Try doing these things by yourself and realize that it can be really fun. And they say if you want to get something done right, you got to do it yourself.